We have the next presenters from Department of Information Management, Professor Ye, right? All right. So.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm glad to have this opportunity to share my experience of teaching in English. I have been working in this school. I joined Fudan University in 1981. So it's been 38 years. And I received all my education from primary school to PhD in Taiwan. So I'm totally MIT, made in Taiwan. I never went to a Western school. I never went to a English-speaking school, okay, and for study, okay. But when school asked me to teach in English, I accepted because I know I'm not teaching English. I'm teaching in English, so that is quite easy. Okay? Not a problem. As long as you could communicate your ideas with your students, that would be enough. Don't worry about your English. Either you never went to an English school, English speaking school. Okay? Okay, and I'm teaching in Information Management Department 2 courses in English. The first one is Enterprise Resources Planning, which is the information system that all the enterprises require. And the second course is Supply Chain Management System. Okay, so I'm teaching the professional subjects, not English. So it is not a problem for me to teach in English as long as you convince yourself I'm not teaching English. Okay, you convince yourself I'm not teaching English. I'm just teaching supply chain management in English. So that would be easier. Okay, so I would like, because I am going to retire from school in a couple of weeks. Okay? By the end of this semester, I will retire. So I hope all the young professors could teach your courses in English. And in Taiwan, the student background, I think everyone knows that students are more capable in writing and reading, but not good in listening and speaking. Okay? And maybe listening is the most difficult part in my experience. So I need to try. So eye contact is very important. You need to have an eye contact with your audience, with the students. You need to know, are they following you? Okay? I'm teaching something and the students are confusing. So I can see if the student is confusing from their eyes. So eye contact is very important when you are teaching in English. Because my English is not good and the students are not, the native language for the students is not English. So communication is very important. So I need eye contact with the students. And most of my colleagues think that the exchange students, especially the students from other countries, has a better English, but in my experience, not necessarily. Okay? Foreign students may not be good in English. I'm sorry, I'm not meaning anything, okay? It's just my experience. Swedish and German students speak better English than Spanish and French students in my classroom. That is my experience. In general, some individual students are very good. French students are very good. This semester, I had a student from France who speaks very good English. Okay? And in my courses, when I'm teaching the courses in English, I ask the student to be well prepared before coming to the classroom. So I announce all the course materials before the semester, okay? Before the beginning of the semester. And all the course materials are on Trans Class on the website. Students can download it and read it. And I ask them to be well prepared before coming to the classroom. So I have questions posted on the website for next week's subject. And in the beginning of every meeting, at the beginning of every meeting, the first thing I do is ask the questions. Ask the questions which I'm going to teach. I have not told it. Okay, I'm going to teach because I ask them to prepare, to read questions, to read the materials, and to prepare their answers. Okay? And I wrote a program that would random select the students to answer the question. Because, if your classroom has, most of the students are from Europe, America, then students raise their hand, always raising their hand to ask the questions. But if most of the students are from Taiwan, from our local students, when you ask a question, no one answers. So I have a program. I click a button, then my program will randomly select a student to answer. And I say, I'm not choosing you. The computer chose you. Okay? Not me. Don't blame me. Okay, the computer chose you. So you need to answer. So everyone need to prepare because I will push the button to ask the questions for the student selected by the computer. Okay? And my objective is to communicate and exchange my professional ideas and knowledge with the students. Okay, I'm not teaching English. Fortunately, I'm not teaching English. Okay, I will never teach English. I'm not teaching English, but teaching in English. That is different, very different. Okay, and the instructors do not have to be proficient in English. Do not have to. As long as you can speak, you can listen, you can communicate, you can have some conversation with your student. That would be enough. And all instructors in our school can teach their courses in English as long as they are willing to. I think most of the colleagues are not willing. The reason is not they are not capable to. Everyone can do it. The only reason is they are not willing to do it. Okay. So I think English is not a problem. I never, I did all my education in Taiwan, locally in Taiwan. I never went to a Western school. Okay, so in my classroom, I hope my students could learn my subjects such as supply chain management. They come here to learn supply chain management, not English. Okay. So I put more words on the slides, more than standard. I know I should not have put so many words on the page because that would not a professional presentation. But I put more words on the slides because the students read better than listen. Okay, and speak slowly. So I try to speak slowly to the students. Some professors from other countries visit our school and they talk to me and they feel very odd because I speak so slow, so slowly. So I explain to them because I'm teaching in English in Taiwan. Therefore, my English speaking is quite slow. So they understand. Okay. So speak slowly. When the exchange students, some students from Europe, from other countries, when they ask the questions, I answer the questions fast. Okay. And then I see other local students are confusing. So I try to slow down. Do not speak too fast. Okay? And use small words. I never use big words, as small as possible. I use only small words in my teaching or my speaking. Okay? I never use large, complicated words. Okay? And when you are trying to explain your idea, repeat the ideas into different words and sentences. Okay? That the students sometimes cannot follow us, cannot follow me, because some terminologies or some words they do not understand. So I try to use the different words with the same meaning to repeat my speaking again, okay, so that they could get what I'm talking about, all right? And ask the student questions. Frequently, I ask the student questions, and I encourage students to ask me questions. So in my material, the first page of my material, come to the classroom, well prepared, and most of the activity in the classroom is discussion, okay? It's discussion, not my speaking, not my speech. I'm not just speaking. Okay, I encourage the student to discuss, to ask the questions. And when no one raised hands, pick up students to answer, I have that problem. I wrote that problem, so I can easily show the screen and push the button, and one of the students pick up, okay, and he must or she must answer the question. And encourage the students to ask the questions. Okay, so students, when they're asking questions, I think this is important. Sometimes I cannot follow. I don't know what they are talking about. So I explain, I try to ask them to repeat their questions, okay, slowly. And I think most of the case is that students' English is not very good. Okay, but I try to tell them, my English is not good, please speak slowly, okay? Please try to ask your questions again, okay? And I try to repeat their questions in another way, okay? And to make sure they are asking these questions, and I try to, okay, I answer the questions. Do not let the student feel that English is poor, okay? Never let the student down, right? Never let the student feel that English is not good. Try to encourage them to ask the questions. And some students will give up asking questions. He said, never mind. I said, I insist to clarify his questions, their questions. Okay. I think that's all for my presentation, right? Thank you very much.
That was very good. Professor Ye just showed us many useful tricks that we can do in the class. Not only useful for teaching in English, but also useful for teaching in Chinese class too. Right? Yeah, these are certainly skills that we can pick up. For the